How's it going, Reef Keepers? Just going to cover RODI water generation for auto top-up purposes as water evaporates from your tank and for saltwater mixing purposes. So there's two routes to obtain RODI water. One is to buy it from your local fish store, which I do not suggest. You don't control the quality of that water, and it's far more expensive than producing it on your own. However, some people are forced to go that route. I went that route for a couple of years and before I got this unit. And, it's sometimes a necessary evil. But as soon as you have the funds or the space or the know-how or confidence to get an RODI system of your own, I highly suggest it. So this is my RODI system. It's a bulk reef supply reverse osmosis plus system that produces 100 gallons a day and has 5 stages. Stage 1 is just regular sediment filter, then 2 standard carbon blocks, then a DI cartridge that changes color as the resin is exhausted, and then up top right here, this white canister contains the membrane itself. So I also have a RODI booster pump attached to this, which I think is by RODI. It's been a lot of years, I can't remember. But you should, if you do not have adequate water pressure, which most people will not. You need pretty high water pressure to efficiently run an RODI maker. You may want to invest in a booster pump, because I think a lot of these systems, the optimal range is like 75 to 100 on the water pressure gauge, and regular water coming in through a line from a tap in somewhere in your house or outside your house is just not going to come in with enough pressure. Now, it's also possible you need an additional couple of stages on your system beyond like a standard 5-stage system like I've got, due to your water quality. So you need to get a $15 or $20 TDS meter on Amazon and stick it in a glass of water that you get out of your sink and see what your TDS reading is. Mine is between 5 and 10, which I understand is pretty darn good. And that's because my rural town where I live pulls water for treatment from a natural aquifer, and then we've got a pretty bang up treatment facility and fairly new piping in my neighborhood. So I'm sitting pretty, but a lot of people aren't. I mean, if you're pulling from well water, you're gonna have definitely more stages than I have, for instance. Or if you're in a rural area that's not really in a rural population center like I am, like like right in a town, then you're also looking at probably having another stage or 2 on your RODI maker. So they are not extremely cheap. So I know price is something that is an unfortunate reality when it comes to RODI generation, but I would encourage you, again, if you have to buy from your LFS and get jugs of RODI water at the beginning, that's fine. But I would encourage you to, before you get a bunch of other bells and whistles for your tank, start setting aside 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, and save up a couple $100s to start getting, into the territory where you can pick up one of these. And I cannot stress how much easier it is to be able to just switch on your RODI maker and start generating water immediately at any time that you need to, as opposed to needing to go to your LFS when the LFS is open. You have to go inside, you have to lug jugs of water. Doing that whole song and dance will not encourage regular maintenance and regular, turnover of your salt water in your tank, because it's so much extra work. At the beginning, it might be fine, but long term, I found myself, I'll just go an extra week. I'll go an extra week, and more algae's building up in the tank. I'm getting frustrated. Sticking with a routine that's hard or that frustrates you beyond what it should is something that pushes people out of the hobby. And I don't want to see people leave this hobby. I want to see it grow. And a critical part of this hobby, I would say, is eventually, when budget or space allows, eventually obtaining your own RODI system so that you can produce your own water. And that's all I have to say about it. If you like this series, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys following along. Thanks.